Morning Robin, how you doing mate? Hi Tony. Fishing the dot, how you doing? So our spot's just around the corner here. Hopefully no one's in it. Shouldn't be this time of year. Oh, it's very, very muddy, but that could be good. Just spin around up here and we'll come back down the side of the river here. Hi Stephen mate. Alright. Let's get parked up. Hi Roger, how you doing? Alright, I'll get you out and on the stand and see what we got. Bear with me for a sec. It's very, very dirty, which I weren't expecting. I thought it was going to be cleared out. Just trying to get the old stand set up. You can't see into the water at all. I thought it was going to be actually quite clear, but that's good. On top form today, Roger. Right, all back in the stand. Just give you a quick, brief look at the area. This is basically Stalham Safe behind the museum. Never fished here before, so we'll give it a little go. See if we can get a few bites. Just bear with me while I set up a rod. How you doing, Leon? I'll give you a bit of a view. I hope it's not too windy. I think what I'm going to do to start with is just whack a lure on and have a little cast around the swims to see if there's any pike here. And then soon after that I'll be getting the float out and fishing with maggots. It's only going to be a quick one today. I'm not going to be out all day because I've still got to go to work, but just thought I'd have a little go while I've got a gap in the time. I'm waiting for a part to come. So what better to do than get down here? Hi Wayne, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Right, so I've got a rod set up, net and everything's out. Just to start with, I'm just going to flick this around a few times, let the little tail waggle around a bit, see if we can pick up a pike or a perch, and then we're going to go onto the float and see what we can get with some maggots. So I'll move you back, widen your angle, and let you see what's going on. Well, to be honest, I'll show you, there's lily pads everywhere. They're all been cut, and that's just a pain that's getting all caught on the line and the lures and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll get set up on the old float. Mark, cheers for that. I've been about, I've got probably about 5 videos to put up. I've been out and about and all over the place in all different weathers. Hi Jay, welcome to an live. Hope you're doing good. Right, like I say, I'm going to change over to a float because all these dead lilies and reeds and stuff all floating around is just making it a pain with the spinner. So let's see what we can do with that. So bear with me. I don't know why you can see that, but down the river there a bit is a high boat coming out. Still there, everyone. Just bear with me. Alright, let's make sure this float floats. Yep, sitting there pretty good. Let's get the depth right. Feels like it's going to rain on me. Deeper than what I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's get some bait. Keep you positioned and stuff. Let's see if we can't get a few fish. Shame we got a wind in our face. Right. Let me get sorted. getting you settled in a good position so I can fish around you and see what you're saying. Right, that should do it. Hi Angie Tigger, how you doing? Hi, anyone else that I've missed? Polar Bear, how you doing? This waterside? Right, let's have a cast and stuff with me. Right, so today we're basically got sweet corn. So this is going to be a short session, but we'll give it a go. Had a couple of hours spare in between picking up some parts of the car I'm doing at the moment. And we've also got some maggots. And I'll put them in the dust and the ground bait to keep them nice and fresh. So let's spin around, let's have a few casts, get a bit of bait in the water and see how we can get on. So cheers for coming in everyone, let's see what we can do. So we've got a bit of a wind into our face, but we've also got some sunshine as well, which is nice. Not too cold to be honest. Nothing I can't handle. I've got my suit on. Let's see if we can produce a fish. Don't know if they're back in here yet, that's the thing. That's that funny time of year where around the Broads, in certain places, that's very hard to get a bite. But we're certainly going to try. Going to get a little bit of bait out there. We're going to see what we can do. Hopefully you can see the float. You can see roughly where I'm fishing. And let's hope we get, a few bites. I've got that sun right on my face trying to read. Where am I? I'm behind the museum. Down the back of Stalham. See if we can build up a bit of a swim down there now. So it's going to maybe take a little while just to get a bit of bait going on the bottom and get a few fish moving, hopefully. There's only one way to find that best fish there, and that's to give it a go. So going live at 3:30, Stephen. Show us a place in the woods. Sound a bit dodgy? I'm You can probably see I'm putting a bit of bait around the area, just see if I can track a few fish in. And then we'll just keep fishing the spot.
Hiya.
What?
How you getting on?
Literally just got here.
Yeah, I saw you setting up.
Yeah.
Do you have any, in that the first big trees there, can you see the cormorants?
Down the bottom there?
Well, just on the first big trees there.
Yeah.
There's a bird, there's one of them sitting in the branches, look on the left. That tree is the home of when they're all there, about 18 cormorants.
Oh,
So all the fishermen that used to come up here don't bother coming anymore because they've either took them or scared them all off.
all right.
So I just wondered if do you come here a lot?
I've never tried it, that's why I thought I'd come and give it a go.
Well, just bear that in mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can see them. Look, there's another one, and there's one. Oh, that's seagull.
I've fished further down there along the river and ledging on the bottom in the middle. And in the summer, I get 40 to 50 fish per session.
When was the last time you did that?
In summer?
Further down.
Yeah, just past the boats.
They might have scared them further down, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, I know that there's a lot of fishermen don't come anymore.
No.
All the bloody all the fish seem to have disappeared. We used to get a lot of pikers up here as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Nobody comes up anymore because of them bastards.
Yeah.
I mean, they're lovely looking birds.
Oh, yeah.
But I watch them and they dive into the water and they're under the water for 30 seconds. Must be swimming around, chasing.
Yeah.
What's the tripod? Is that your phone you're using as a
I'm
camera?
live on YouTube.
You're live on YouTube. Can they hear me?
Talking to people. Yeah, they can hear everything you're saying. Literally talking to people all around the world. Yeah, spit out, around the world.
Oh, right. Well, I'm an avid photographer. I've
Oh,
got
right,
a
okay.
camera here. I've got the Super Zoom Nikon
Nice.
P1000.
Lovely.
And I specialise normally in the kingfishers.
Yeah, I've had them land on the rods a couple of times. Lovely, isn't it?
Fantastic. We've got about 3 now, but they've disappeared. I don't know whether it's cold or what, I don't know. But you
last
be able
time-
to hear the call of them.
Yeah, last time I saw one was down the far end. Probably about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They occasionally come
Yeah.
because they live in the bank. As you go up to, not the first, well, the river splits, you can turn right to Richards.
Yeah.
They're on the bank because they
Yeah,
go
yeah, I'll
into
sit
the
up
bank.
there, yeah.
And there's lots of holes there where they come out of. But
Yeah.
it's such a shame. You're lucky, really, because normally you get the river gypsies.
Oh, right.
All up here.
Okay.
You don't want to be there.
No.
So.
No,
Good
just
luck, good luck.
a couple of hours spare from work, so I thought I'd have a quick go, and
Yeah.
you never know, do you?
Well, I'm a metal detectorist,
Oh, right, yeah.
and you're right. It's like dirt fishing.
Yeah.
You never know what's underneath,
No.
and until you dangle your hook in, you don't know.
I've been fishing Roxham quite a lot lately, and I've had a lot of fish from there.
Have you?
Caught lots. Sometimes over 100 at a time.
What are they, perch or?
All sorts, perch, bream, roach, big, really big rudd, sort of 2.5 pound.
I don't know.
Been really good.
It used to be great. They
Yeah.
used to come into the basins. You could see them, but
They moved on.
well, I think our efficient killing machines have took most of them.
Yeah.
Well, the ones that they haven't took, they've scared off. I'm not. Well, I say they've scared them off, but
We've had a lot of salt water as well, haven't we? So,
do fish have a? Because I'm into tropical and koi carp.
yeah, I've got them as well, yeah.
Do they have a memory recollection of? Oh, watch out! There's a cormorant.
Yeah, could do, can't they?
I'm not sure if they have really.
I don't know, no.
But maybe it's an inbuilt. They see a shadow and they.
Yeah, off they go.
But they're quite spectacular. If you watch them, they'll slowly start gathering. Because if they dive in the water, they go up there to dry off,
Right.
and you'll see the numbers getting greater. There's a couple there now,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just full of black dots.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, you'll see them. But you've got to, like, at least it's nice and. I was going to go out, but I'm not. Do you think it's going to rain?
Hopefully not. It's feeling a bit damp, isn't
The
it?
forecast says sunshine, but
Yeah, I do, yeah.
it looks a bit sort of. Anyway,
Worth a go, isn't it?
good luck.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Could be at work, so make the best of it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Nice to meet you.
What's your YouTube channel?
Waterside Fishing Adventures.
Waterside Fishing
Adventures. And I'm Carl.
Carl.
Nice to see you. Sorry about that, everyone. Another new sub. That's a photographer that go around the river filming nice birds and stuff like kingfishers and things like that. Stopped for a chat to see what I was getting up to. Telling me there's no fish. I know there's fish down there in the summer, but I just wondered if there's any down there in the winter. In the summer you can come down and some fish are cast, as you've probably seen in some of my other videos, but yeah, always good to get new subscribers and people interested in the channel. Ain't had any bites yet, but I have seen a couple of swirls on the surface of small fish coming up. So there are some small fish around here, but the float hasn't gone under yet. These lilies are a bit of a pain pushing the float all over the place. I might just go slightly deeper in a minute, so I'm laying on the bottom. $71, Stephen, nice one. Oh, we cooked a nice big lily fish, that's why I couldn't spin. There's so many of these going around the surface, where they've obviously been out and cutting them or whatever they've been doing further down the river. So they've been chopping them. But I was just going through these all the time, so. Like I say, you never know unless you try, do you? You've got to come down and have a little go and see what's what. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go slightly over depth. And get us to lay on the bottom. And then see what we can do from there. Shame I ain't got a few worms with me, but that's how it was just a spur of the moment trip. Where I've got to spare a couple of hours and then I'm back to work again. So I'm going to go a bit deeper. Not too much, but half a foot. Just so I'm laying on the bottom and that's not drifting along. And let's see what we can do. Yeah, you're right, Stephen. There might well be some fish here, hopefully. Because people don't bother to fish some of these places in the winter. They just say, oh, there's no fish here. Because they've been there once and had nothing, you know. And, you know, you can come down and have 20 fish, as you well know. Don't know if you can actually see the float where I'm fishing, everyone. Put you at a bit of an angle like that. You should be able to see it. I think I can see it in the picture. Yeah, I can see it. So, hopefully, we'll get a few knocks. If not, then I've had a good go and I know it's not a place to come at this time of year. Not sure which way the tide's going or nothing at the moment. If you look over on the wall, the wooden walls over the side there, it looks like it's wet, so I was guessing it's going down. I am seeing the odd fairly small fish moving around the river when I'm looking around, but nothing big crashing about. But then that's sort of pretty normal down the Broad Street. You don't really see them jumping around in that too much unless they're a pike taking a smaller fish. Does anyone know Will? Will who, Leon? Come on, float, start bobbing. Show me a few fish. Will Bill? What? What are you on about? Will Smith? Yep, no Will Smith. Local Marks. Yep, we know him. He's the chap who gets the disco ball out and the guitar out. Does a bit of singing every time he gets the super chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a sort of flick around the area just in case I can get a random bite without any bait out on them other spots. Just see if there's any fish about. Or we wait for a couple of fish to move on to them maggots and stuff I'll put down there. It's worth a go. Always worth to, a few casts in different areas. Just in case there is a few about in other spots. There's a lot of bubbles and stuff coming up down in front of me, but I'm not sure what they are and if they're gas bubbles off the bottom or what it is, to be honest. Nice one, Roger. You see them bubbles coming up to the left of the picture there? Look, there's a lot of them coming up. They weren't doing it when I first got here, but now I've chucked some bait down here. There could be fish sort of rooting around the bottom, hopefully. Hi Peter, how you doing, mate? Where am I from? Roger's from Ipswich. Nah, a bit small, Roger. Something a bit bigger than that, I reckon. Yuck. What sort of fishing do you do, Roger? Do you do freshwater and sea, or do you just do one or the other? Oh no, Stephen. Good job we can't see you. Eric B, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, I know what you mean. Mainly sea fishing, Roger. Do you fish down the river Orwell? Or down Shotley and down them areas? You got some good areas down there. You got like Levington Marina and places like that, all along them banks. After the old bass and flatties and stuff. Or do you do a bit of travelling and go off down Felixstowe and stuff like that? Downtown Ernie, how you doing? Big Dan, how you doing? We're just trying really hard here at the moment with the float, but nothing's happening yet. And I keep hooking lily pads on the way in because they've all been cut downriver and they're all drifting down. But that'll eventually clear, hopefully, and we'll hopefully start getting a few bites. I'll just set the float down there now. You should be able to see that. No problem, Leon. The old fishing community is here to support everyone. They all sort of, we support each other. That's what it's all about. Hi Lodi, how you doing, mate? At the moment, that's pretty hard work, but I wasn't sure there was going to be anything down here anyway because of the big salt tides and that we've had. But I thought I'd come down and give it a little go. You never know, you need a couple of bites. Even when the roach and rudd and bream and stuff like that are not about, you got a good chance of a nice sized perch. But nothing's really happening yet, but we'll keep baiting the spot up and hopefully that'll get better as we carry on. I only got a couple of hours today, so I'm meant to be working. I'm just in between getting some parts. Exactly, yeah, you've got to have a go, haven't you? It's getting a bit windy in my face, a bit of a pain, but we can deal with that. It'll just be nice to get a few bites. Nice one, Leon. Oh, nice, Roger. What, bass or stuff like that, or what's coming out? Steven's on 72. Be nice if we can get up to 100. Okay, Tony, good luck with that. Hi, Diana, how you doing? Yeah, feel free to drop in all the links and that, everyone. No problem. Come on, fishies. Strange, because most of the boatyards around the Broads got fishing. I know there's not many boats staying in this end of the Staithe, but you would expect the fish to be pushing into these corners, really. Hi, Magdalene, how you doing? There you go, Leon. And there you go, Magdalene, because you come in a lot. There's a few people in there. It should be blue. Let me sort that out. Alright, that should give us a few more. Don't want to get too many because I've got a fair few now. But I've got quite a few people that do come in. Let me move you back a bit and the float will be in the shot a bit more then. Nothing's happening at the moment. I've got a double maggot on. I've got a red and a white on at the moment. Can't really chuck any more bait out. I've put enough out there already, really. Especially if there's only a handful of fish about. Steve Mosley, how you doing? There's lots of bubbles coming up around my float and stuff, but I don't know what's going on the bottom down there. Roger's the only green one we got in today. Oh yeah, sorry, the other day when my live cut short and I was halfway down the river. My contract ended on me phone and stuff and I basically couldn't get back on. So I had to phone up and sort everything out. Changing over and upgrading to the newer one. So I'll have the iPhone 13 Pro Max soon. As well as the cameras and stuff. No, Leon, I didn't know that, but for some reason I thought I saw him red. No problem, Stephen. Hi Donna, how you doing? I ain't gonna be here like too long, like I say, I've only got a couple of spare hours, so I thought I'd pop down and then I'm off out. I've got to do a 2-hour journey just to pick up a part for the course I'm building, which is really annoying. There's absolutely loads of bubbles coming up where I threw that bait and that stuff now, but are they fish? They can see them white, can they? 25 minutes yet? Oh, no problem. Cheers, Lloydie. Be nice if I could get a few bites and get some fish for you all. What are you trying, Donna? Trying to eat mini eggs? Oh, right, okay. Trying to get rid of Stephen, yeah. Yeah, I know he's got an appointment today, as he'd normally stay in all the way through. But that's one he can't miss, so that's fair enough. I'll have some mini eggs, Stephen. I like them myself as well. I had some yesterday. Yeah, I'll round the furthest up, Donna, and we'll come down and put the old security suits on. Stop him coming in, shall we? Got bit by a dog? Are you messing about, or seriously? Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, I'd like to have a look in there, Stephen. Never actually been down there before. I've driven past it loads of times, but I never actually turned off and had a look. I'll get a bit of spare time this week, I'll pop down and have a look. Come on, fishies, what are you doing? Full of pike and roach. One way to find out. Lovely. Did that bite you a lot or just a little graze? Oh, we got a bite, we got a bite, we got a bite. Come on. Oh, tiny little bite. Just took the float under and then it come back up again. So there are a few fish down there, which is cool. Go on, keep going. God, it's so bright that sun I can hardly even see me float. Right in my eyes. We did have a little bite then. That was definitely a bite. Float went under, but it just didn't stay under long enough for me to strike. God, sun. Can't see a thing on screen. I can't see anything whatsoever. I'm just getting blinded. All these bubbles and stuff coming up down here. I was expecting something else to happen. Let's check the maggots, see if we've had any chew-ups. Look okay. I think what I'm going to do is just slightly adjust it and take us off the bottom. And let us drift across and see if that makes any difference. A bit of movement. Because there seems to be some activity down there. But what activity it is, I'm not really sure yet. So let's just do a few adjustments and keep trying a few different things until we actually get this float to disappear. Hopefully. So I can't see a finger right at the moment because I'm absolutely getting blinded. As soon as I can see it again, I'll read the chat again. But come on. Let me see if I can turn the brightness and everything up on me. Oh, there we go. Right. Need to get a tetanus. Get it checked out. Eight months old. It's a baby. Oh, that's not good, is it? Need to get that sorted out then. Oh, here comes Mr. Swan. Come a bit closer in and see what that does. I would have brought it home and put it on the barbecue. No, I like dogs, but obviously don't want to be getting bitten. Never seen so many bubbles and stuff coming up here. I don't know. It's only happening on my baited area, but we're not getting a silly amount of bites, are we? It's not happening nowhere in the river, it's just happening where I baited up. But why aren't I getting lots of bites? Might have to go onto a bit of corn in a minute and just see if there's some bigger fish sitting down there. You never know, it might be some bream and stuff down there. Oh yeah, Donna. Don't want to know what you've been up to in the gardens. Another swan in front of us. Lovely friend. Hello again.
I've had a brainwave.
Yeah.
Are you still
Yeah.
just pausing?
That's live. You can't turn it off.
Can't turn it off.
Not without ending it.
I was going to say, if you ever want to go down the river, I'm going to look. I'm low big boat. I live on the top.
Yeah, I've got a little sib I go out on.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say, you can come out with me if you want.
Yeah, no, I was down Womack State last couple of days on some pike sort of double figures. Out on the boat, turn me about. That's been fun.
Oh, right,
But yeah, now I pop out on the old sib and I'm saving up to get a bigger one at the moment. But lovely offer, cheers for that. I'm sure I'll bump into you at some point. And thanks very much. Well, everyone, that was very nice of a chat, but don't really know me, to be honest. Just said I'm welcome to go out on his boat anytime I want with him off down the river. I told him I got a sib anyway, but I like to sort of go out there by myself so you can do what you want on the boat and control it how you want to. Oh, did you see that? That bird just took a little fish. So they're in the area. They're only fry. That was only a fry, but There is some little fish in the area. So yeah, that was a nice offer of someone who only just met me. Yeah, Jay, it's surprising, isn't it? Some nice people about. All the lilies and stuff seem to have pushed through now. They've gone off into the corner over the left there. We now just got that breeze in our face and that sun in our face. It's making it really hard to fish, but we're not exactly getting tons of bites. Cheers, Diana. Appreciate everyone who's coming in to watch and join in the fun. Sorry I ain't had any fish yet, but doing my best. Cheers, Stephen. Hey, guy, you building a boat, are you, Roger? Oh, nice one. What to go out on your well with? I want to get something bigger for going out on the Broads and doing some bigger trips so I can stay out for weekends and stuff. Or just do longer trips so I can do all-nighters and things like that in the summer. I also want something big enough that I can take it onto the Orwell and the Deben and places like that, so I can do a bit of sea fishing in the bigger rivers. And there's some quite nice spots I'd like to try. Cannot believe we're not catching just a few little rudd. There's normally thousands of them down here. Well, in the summer anyway. Roger. I've got two choices now. I can either go deep, over depth and go under the bottom, or I can go really shallow and just hook a few of these little tiny fry on the surface. But I'd much rather get something a bit bigger. I think what we'll do is we'll change that maggot over to sweet corn and just see if that helps us out. Maybe they only want the sweet corn today. I know the bigger roach and rudd down here don't tend to take maggots, they tend to only want sweet corn. So we'll give it a go, see if it makes any difference. We'll go for a smaller bit just in case they're not too big down there. I'm basically going to pop that out there. You can probably see in the camera I've got a crystal waggler on, self-weighted, and then some tiny weights just to sink the line and stuff. I'm using a Drennan float rod, Series 7 reel, which is Drennan 2, and 4-pound line. Just twitching the baits every now and again, as you can probably see, just to see if I can entice a bite. I know there's places I could have gone where, you know, I could have had a bite at cast, but sometimes it's nice to just try other spots and see if you can find some bits and pieces about, especially when you've only got a little while. Nice one, Stephen. You might have done. It depends if there's any. I don't know if there's actually any fish down there. But you're quite welcome to come and have a go. There's matches along here every Sunday and they're all struggling to catch fish at Bullets things. It's been like a few rough caught, but nothing too crazy. But again, like I say, we had the big salt tides again. Every time we get them, that messes up everything all the way along the Broads until you get to Roxham again. And we're well up the ant here, so it's going to be pretty salty. I'm very surprised this isn't going under. I'm going to go deeper and make sure it's laying right on the bottom. The tide, I think, is on its way up by the looks of things. Let's just make sure we're actually on the bottom and laying on the bottom properly. Certainly not going to be a 30 fish session or nothing like that. Yeah, that's what it's all about though, Stephen. You've got to try these spots and you've got to just see if there's any fish there, because sometimes you can get to these spots and you can do really well and it's just big fish after big fish. Other times there's nothing there. In the summer it's going to be much easier. You'll be able to go out and literally fill the nets up. Big bream, big roach, you know, all that sort of stuff once it's warmed up. But that's a few months away yet. Roger. I had to look back and see that. I missed that one. Could be the same as Womack, but honestly, I'll be happy if I get the one. I could do. I could come up on the surface and just keep feeding maggot. You watch. If I throw maggot in, you know how well you can see me throwing them in. The yolks should be coming up on camera. That pulls over a few of the little rud on the surface. But my hook's probably too big to hook them, to be honest. So I don't fish tiny hooks, as most of you know. See them, they're already coming up for them. There is little tiny things on the surface, but not really what I'm after. What you got in your freezer there, Roger? Me, to you too. Definitely quiet. But I'm going to keep feeding it because you never know. Ow. I'm hooking myself with troubles here now. Which is not good. Ow, 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 ow. I've got a Rapala spinner in the box in my pocket, and that's come out of the box and hooked up all in my jacket. My suit. That's not good. Not do it at all. Fishing Dorset, how you done? Yeah, probably Roger. Looking like that's going to be a real struggle, this one, but you got to try, ain't you? So you got to try these little spots. There's lots of places I want to try around the boards that may be hard in the winter, but will definitely get better in the summer. Where did you get bit then, Andy Tigger? On the leg? Is the picture and everything all good, everyone? I know it's a bit windy. Well, I ain't got my mics and stuff on today, but I didn't think it was really worth it for a couple of hours. I think I'm going to go back to the maggot because This week one's not even giving us anything whatsoever. Whereas we were getting a few little knocks on the maggot by the looks of things. Cheers, Diana. Just need to get your fish in. Oh, lovely, Andy Digger. Hope you get that sorted out, Ernie. Roger. Got yourself a nice little buggy, have you, Shane? Is that one of them ones with the big wheel so you can pull it over the stones and sand and stuff? My end is saying 28 likes. So I appreciate that, everyone. Sometimes the fish are just not there. No, 29 now. The chat my end is always slightly behind. There's nothing you can do about that. Everyone have to deal with that with their channels. No problem. Could be Ernie, or it could be your way of saying you need a rest. Hi John, how you doing? Let's turn this view slightly, shall we? So we've got something a bit different to look at as well. God, my chat just jumped half a mile, don't know why. Hi Ashley, how you doing? Yeah, same as me, Ernie. I used to, well, I still do, but I used to take engines and stuff out of cars, and I used to just pick them up off the floor and walk around with them, stick them on pallets ready to go out and stuff like that, when I should have used the cranes and stuff. That shot my back for a few years, and that's never going to go away, but we all do silly stuff when we're younger. Pay for it a bit later on. Bit nasty, John. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, Ashley, cheers for coming in. Appreciate that. What is going on with these fishies? Or no fishies? I'm going to come in a lot closer for a minute and just see if that makes any difference. Okay, Shane, cheers for that. Actually, looking at the wood, I would say the tide's going down from when I first got here. No problem, Ernie. Cheers for popping in. Appreciate that. This is looking like one of them sessions where I'm just going to have to try and get the one fish. Which is not so good. I could cast out further and let it drift in towards us and just let it drift across a bit and hope for the best, but probably better to be sitting where I'm sitting, down on some bait. At least it's not ice cold anyway. The sun's actually quite nice. Wind's a bit chilly. But I'm not getting you lot much to see, am I? The float's not doing too much. We can't get them every time. Not many times I go out and don't get a few fish, is there? But a big old helicopter here to see if you want to see it, hopefully. Look at them clouds. It's getting a bit rough over there. what I'm going to do while I've still got my float out there is I'm going to feed down the side of the wall here, see if I can get a few perch going, and then I'll try down there if all else fails. There's normally there's a few perch down the edges. Looking for Stephen in the woods. He's not going to be out there till about 3:30, I think it is. Fair few people out and about and walking around and that. Yeah, I'll be finished before that, Stephen. I've got to go back to work and got some parts to go and pick up. Got a bit of a drive to do, sort of an hour each way. No, I'm not cold, I'm alright. I was rubbing my hands together because I was throwing maggots out down the side and just getting all the dust off my hands. I'm actually fairly warm. When that sun comes out, that's actually really nice. Wind's a bit of a pain. Any digger. Dance monkey. Right, there's nothing happening there, so I'm going to put this down the side of the wall there where I've been chucking maggots. Just see if things change. If we start to get a few bites, I'll move the camera so you can see as well. Hang on, let me try and set it all up. Totally different position. I'm basically down there now. Hope you can pick out the float. I'm just going to see what happened down there, just in case there's a few fish along the edges. You never know. Let's see if this float goes under now. Trouble is, there's a lot of weed and stuff down there, and that's all now starting to come back out from the corner, which is a pain. It's all just gone in that way. How's it going, John? Right on the edge of that lily, as you can see down there. Quite happy for it to sit there. Just wanted to go under. If you look out there, you can see all these lilies and stuff are all coming back out again, which they all got blown into the corner a little while ago. It's a bit of a pain. How you doing? Saying 32 likes my end. 20 people in. 33 my end. 22 people in. It's all over the place today. Come on, float, disappear. Be happy just to pull the one fish out now because it's obviously fairly hard today where I am. Miss Waterside, if you're still there, did you get the part ordered so we can go and pick it up? That's all the cuttings off of the lilies and stuff that they've cut. All floating on the surface, that weed. We'll lift you up, you can see it better. Look. And it all floats down into that corner down there, and then when the wind turns around, it will come back out again. It's a bit of a pain, but you can deal with that as long as the float goes under at some point, hopefully. Yeah, cheers, Roger. It's a long way to drive for no reason. Sort of hour and 15 minutes. And obviously the same back. If you all fancy somewhere to come in and chat while I'm off doing my trip down to get some parts, I can always whack you up on the screen and on the car channel. You can go live and you can see a bit of scenery and stuff. We go past a lot of rivers, we go past the Tass, we go past the Waveney. There's quite a lot of rivers and stuff on the way there. Hi Robert, how you doing? It's a tough one at the moment. Michael S, how you doing? No, Robert, that's a really tough one at the moment. I'm at a spot that's quite hard to fish in the winter. Sometimes there's the odd fish here and sometimes they're in, and at the moment it's not looking too good. Just had a spare couple of hours from work while I'm waiting to get some parts, so I thought I'd pop down here and go live for everyone. I could probably come up on the surface and get a few little rudd and stuff, but really I'd like to see a decent roach or a decent perch or something like that. Miss Waterside's back, but she didn't answer me yet though. Did you manage to get our part ordered, Miss Waterside? Are we doing the trip to go get it? You answered me earlier, did you? Yed. I think I was meant to say yes. Oh, I didn't see it. Sometimes it's really hard to read the screen when that sun's blaring in my eyes. Okay, no problem. Did they say a time it's going to be ready, or? It's ready now, is it? Oh, that's good. It's time 1 o'clock. I'm going to give this another half an hour just to see if I can wingle one out, but it's not looking too good. Like I say, if anyone's interested and want me to go live on the drive on the way down there, I can do it on the car channel. I can whack up on the screen and you can see some of the scenery. If you want to see that, just whack a yes in the comments. If not, it's no problem. I've got to do it anyway. I am at the moment, Robert. But this is sort of a test really, to be honest. It weren't like a planned session or anything. I just thought I'm going to pop down here and just see if there is anything in there at the moment. Yeah, Roger. Well, I don't seem to be happening down there either, so I'm going to get back out on my spot. Hang on, bear with me. Let me get you set up again. And I'm going to put a big bunch of maggots on instead of a single maggot now, I think. Just trying to think from previous times down the river here. That's the trouble. I'm sitting in silt and stuff in the bottom. Just keep coming up on the hook and on the maggots and stuff. Which is not doing me no favours. I'm obviously down in weed and silt and stuff like that. But let's get some fresh baits on. Let's put quite a big bait on and see if that helps us out. So sometimes it's about just checking out a spot and seeing if anything's there. We used to come and do this and just check them out without bringing people, but people have been saying to me they want to see what I'm doing, even when I'm going for a walk or when I'm doing this sort of stuff. Hence why I go live now when I'm doing this sort of thing. Right. So this time I'm going to go for a big bunch of maggots like that. I'm at the back of the museum on the river near Stalham. Put that down there like that. We'll throw some more maggots out just in case they are there and they're feeding on stuff, but I don't think they are. But you never know, do you? It can be quiet for an hour and then all of a sudden the fish can just move in and you get a fish a cast. Just how it goes sometimes. I think the salt tides are messed up here, by the looks of things. Yep, that's right, Roger. Well, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's lots of little fish surfacing, but they're tiny little fry, so that won't really do me any favours. My end Diana is saying 35.21. Strange how it just changed. I think if you put 10 phones in a row, all the numbers would be different. I don't think them numbers are that accurate, but I'll give you a rough idea of what's happening, doesn't it? Because if you go in your analytics and stuff like that, and look at all your data and stuff, that's all like miles out. That's normally like 2 days behind. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But it's still good fun. It's nice to know what's happening. And I'm not complaining that, you know, nearly 35 likes. And I ain't caught any fish yet. It's good. I know everyone enjoyed coming in and having the chat and that as well, which is great. But it would be good if we could just pull out a fish, wouldn't it? So I do know lots of places I can go to and that could be a fish or chuck, but I'm saving them for another day when I've got a whole day to go out. And without me testing places like this, you don't find them other places. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of spots on the Broads like this that I'll be able to test out and find different things. Yeah, glad you enjoy it, Jay. Appreciate you, everyone coming in and stuff and having the chat. Sometimes the fish are just not out, so that's a bit of a test today, just to see if there was any fish down there. We quite often walk up and down this river and sort of see what's going on, but not many people fish it apart from the matches on the Sundays. Otherwise you don't really see anyone here. See a few people down here in the summer, and then there's normally a few fish about. On my channel I think there's a few videos where I've been ledgering and float fishing. I've had some quite nice sized perch, roach, some medium sized rudd, and a few skimmer bream. Oh, and some rough. So there is fish down here, but it's just a case of when they're back down here. These salt surges and stuff don't really end till the end of February, so these places are sort of really going to be out of the picture. But you never know, sometimes you can come down and there's a big bunch of, you know, good sized fish sitting in there. Yeah, that's what it's all about, Jay. I've literally got, well, I wouldn't even like to say, I've got probably thousands of different places around me to try. It's going to keep me going for many years. I could just keep going to a new spot every time I went out, but sometimes you've got to go where the fish are and entertain everyone, you know, show them a few nice fish, which I do. And a few people know I've been out the last week or so. I've got 5 videos to go up, and I've got some, you've seen me out on the boat doing some piking trips, had some big fish. I lost a really big pike the other day, which I got on film. That was well in the 20s, but it took me around a chain out in the middle of the river on the edge of a boatyard, which was a pain. You could see me getting pulled around in the boat all over the place, but couldn't land it in the end. I've also had some other pike up to, I think the biggest one was £9 off camera. I think I've had 4 of them in the last few days. And then I've got the 2 big ones that I had, which will be coming out in the videos with some other ones fairly soon. I've got a trip down Wroxham that I've done that weren't live as well as a video. Actually, I've got another trip down Wroxham as well in the boatyards, not on the river. I've got a fair few bits and pieces coming out. Got some more car videos coming out as well. But obviously I'll set them up as premieres and people will be able to come in and do the live chat. We've got plenty to keep you going. But I have to come out and test these little spots like I am now, just so I know what's happening in parts of the rivers. I now know the fish are not here at the moment, so I know to leave us alone again for a few weeks and see if it changes then. Right, I don't know if you can tell, but the wind's changed just now, coming behind me and pushing out down the river. So what I might do, Edda, I like doing all my own editing. I was editing last night till about, I don't know, 1 o'clock. I'm in the chats and, and talking to people and stuff, but I'm making videos at the same time. And that, yeah, it'd take a lot of hours out of my week just editing. But the quality of the videos and the picture in the videos and stuff is much better than what you get on the lives. Hi Backlash, how you doing? We're not at the moment. We're struggling like mad, but we're down here on a test just to see if there's any fish about. It was a bit of a long shot, but I just had a few spare hours in between work, so I thought I'd have a quick go. And you never know, do you? The wind was coming one direction, it's now going the other direction, it's all over the place. I think this one is actually going to be a blank, which should be my first one for ages. Yeah, I'm just waiting for some parts to get in, which are in now, and I've got to do an hour's drive to go and pick up some parts for the car I'm doing on my car channel. Yeah, it's looking like it, but like I said, I wasn't really coming down here expecting to fill the net up. I just wanted to know if there was any fish here yet. It's more of a summer spot. Just having a little drift about in the wind here at the moment and just seeing if I can pick up something. Cruising along, you know. It's definitely worth a go. If I'd have had more time, I probably would have got the boat out again, but not today. Oh, nearly lost me lid in the boards then. The wind's definitely picked up a lot from behind me. Yeah, it's nothing to worry about when your subs drop back like that. All it is YouTube doing a check on them, basically. The people that sub to you. They always take them away from you again and do a check on them, but over the next week sort of thing, you get them all back. A lot of people get worried about that, but that's just normal. Sometimes I'll wake up and I've lost like 40 subs, 50 subs, you know, I lose, you know, a big drop. But over the next 2 days, you get them all back once they've all been checked. I think I'm around the sort of 15-10 mark now. And I'm staying above 15. Hi Barry, how you doing? Might be a little bit late to this one, but we ain't got much longer left. Oh, that wind is coming from behind me now. It's ice cold. Turn around to a nasty northerly. Trouble is, some of them subs will be bots and stuff and not real channels. And once YouTube realise that, they get rid of them. The algorithm on YouTube is pretty good. No, Barry, we're absolutely struggling. We're just down here having a bit of a test run, really, just to see what's down here, really. I knew it was going to be hard, but I thought I might find a couple of fish. You got snow, have you, Roger? So I could come up on the surface and catch a few of these little tiny fry, but I don't know, I'll get called a tiddler basher. No, just not after them. I don't know if the bream and stuff like that were here. The bigger roach and stuff, and they're clearly not. Hi Tinkerbell, how you doing? You missed the swans a little while ago. Can't see any at the moment, but they might come back out. What I'll do is you hang on, I'm not going to be on for much longer, is I'll drive through the boatyard on the way out, and there should be hundreds and hundreds of geese and swans all sitting down in the bottom corner, so I'll do that for you so you can see them on the way out. Crazy, I just cannot buy a bite. Oh, didn't want to land there. Oh. Hitting you all with the rod, that's not good, is it? Or caught you with the reel handle. I'm just trying a few other little spots. I'm trying over there now. And amongst them weeds and stuff, I don't know if you can actually see the float. Probably not. I'm just sort of having a little move around now. Ouch. Yeah, sorry about that. I caught you at the edge of the filming station with the reel handle. Probably can't see the float. Oh, I don't know. I can just about see it on the screen. Baz on the rocks, how you doing? Lots of people coming in, but I'm sort of getting towards the end. This is just a quick one. Just have a little test down here to see if there's any fish down here at the moment. But I think we've worked out there's not much down here apart from tiny little fry on the surface. We had a southwesterly wind when I got down here, but now we've got a northerly. And that's pretty cold. My hands are like ice now. Yeah, appreciate that, Baz. You can whack the old thumbs up button for me, please. That helps the channel and the search and stuff. So that's only a quick one today, just a couple of hours space in between work, and then I'm off back to work again. Yeah, staying 38 my end, so that's great. Thanks everyone. So we've still got 22 people in, so I appreciate that. Just cannot find a fish here today, so I'll go out to another spot during the week where I know there'll be some fish, and we'll put a load in again. Yeah, appreciate that, Baz. Thanks very much. I'll do the same thing when I go into all the other channels. Hi, Wolfdale Sturt, how you doing? I've been out 2 hours, 5 minutes, have I? Yeah, I was only going to do a couple of hours, so I've hit my time really. I want to just be able to grab a sandwich and stuff before I head out and go and get these parts. And then I've got, like I say, I've got a 2 hour plus drive to do then, to grab these parts, and then we'll be getting close to getting to the end of that car. I know the videos on the channel are not at the end yet. You've got part 4 to come, I think, and then part 5. But at my end, I'm just about finished with that one. Oh, that wind is ice cold now. It's nasty. Yeah, that's not a problem. Sturt, what are you up to? Right, I think I'm going to come back onto the bait spot because that's going to give me the most chance. I'm going to give it till 1:30, so we've got another 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to be putting the net and the baits and stuff away, I think, because I'm not that confident that we're going to get anything big enough to have to use the net and stuff. So let's get it settled down there where you can see it. You should be able to see the float there quite nicely. Yeah. V8 turbocharged force. Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? There's a few courses out there with the red top engine in, the 2 litre turbo engine in, and they go like rockets. That's basically the engine out there. It's the Ferrari I done on the channel not very long ago, the blue one. That was 350 brake, and that absolutely, well, there weren't much could beat that. That was a minibus, that's crazy. Oh, that wind's nasty. I keep saying it, but oh. Right everyone, I think I'm going to call on the fishing, but if you want to stay in, and we'll go around the boatyard and have a little wander around the boatyard, look at some of the other spots, see if there's anyone else fishing, check out the swans and geese and all that sort of stuff and the wildlife. May even see a kingfisher. I'll do that on the way out. Alright everyone, I'll get you back in the car. Can't do a big walk back, but I can just take you through the yard, just show you a few bits and pieces, and then I've got to get back to work. I'll do another walk about another day. I'll get you back in the car for now. We'll just go through the yard. Get these covers and stuff off. Bear with me. Get you all set up. Right, just put the stuff back in the car. Take 2 seconds. Oh, I got you all in, Roger. Got a 58 seater here. It's got 60 wheels on it. Whoa. Get the old windows all nice and clear for you. So it's worth a try. I wasn't expecting too much, but I thought we might get a couple. But now the old salt tides are just moved them all out again. So let's have a little whip through the boatyard. Hi Lee, how you doing? You coming at the end, mate? We're just gonna have a little wander through the boatyard on my way out, just so people can see it. You haven't missed too much. I haven't managed to catch any fish on that one. That was just a little test, really. Not very often you see on my channel I don't catch fish. Seems quite weird to me. Right, let's get down into the boatyard. It's literally only just down here on the right. Oh, nice one, Lee. So I could go out to places every single time I went out and catch fish, because I know spots where I will catch fish, but sometimes you got to try a new spot and see what's down there, ain't you? See if we can see anyone else and see if they're catching anything, but I very much doubt it. The yard's nice to see. Oh yeah, definitely the summer months will be that. I do know some spots for the winter. Well, lots of spots, as you probably know if you've been watching me over the last 2 weeks. And I do catch, a lot of big fish in the winter as well. Especially the big rudd, big roach, perch. And now I've started going after the pike and stuff as well. And I've had some big ones of them already. Where we were is, if you go to the end of here and look down, we were down to the right and right down the river there, behind the museum. You can fish all of these spots as well. Don't know why this has all been barriered off. They're obviously doing something here. I also do. All the morons and that are collapsed by the looks of it on the high tides, and they're putting new ones in. Okay. Nice to see it being done now, isn't it? Must admit they always do look after the yard and that around here. It's nice to see. Got all these boats in here, as you can see. You can actually fish in these boat yards as well, but again, don't seem to be too much about. It's not small to see, so I'll keep going through. We'll come back down to these spots again in the summertime. We'll catch some more fish from here. But I think for the rest of, sort of till the end of February now, I need to just fish the spots that I know get a few fish, but I still will pop some new ones. I'm thinking about going to Neat's Head Dyke pretty soon. Hi casters, how you doing? We're just at the end here now, but you're welcome to watch this little end bit. Roughly how many boats around here? Probably say 12 to 1500, which you'll see if you watch me go through the yard. There's more and more in more bits that I go through. It gets bigger and bigger the further I go through. Take it in this end, go through, and then we'll come back and go through the middle bit, and then the far end, and you'll just see hundreds and hundreds of boats all lined up like this. But you can fish anywhere along, but the fish just don't seem to be under them. I mean, if you go to somewhere like Roxham Boatyard or something like that, same people, Richardson's or somewhere like that, and you fish under them boats, as the fish are cast. I was only down there yesterday doing a video, and it's literally every cast. Just don't know why they're not in these yards. It's got to be the salt water. That's all it can be. Which is a real shame, but it's all part of fishing. You've got, when you've got places like this, which is hundreds of miles of water, you just got to work things out. Down to my right, I'll fish a lot of these spots and had 50 fish in a session. But at this time of year, with these big salt tides, they're just not here. I could quite easily pull up and fish in between there if I wanted to, which I will do another day. And there's lots more spots around the other side, which I've got some more channels, more videos on my channel. of fishing around these areas, and I've had like 50-60 fish in an evening or a day or whatever I chose to fish that time. But that was a few months back in the summer. $41 thumbs up. Thanks very much, everyone. Hi Michael, how you doing? You managed to come in at the end of this one, Michael. I'm just showing everyone the boatyard at the moment. All these big things in front of me here are all the big boat molds, how they make the mold, make the molds up and make the boats in two halves. What I'll do is I'll go right here, which is Merlin Key, and you'll see loads and loads of big boats all the way down both sides. Craig's Outdoor Adventures, how you doing? You come in at the end, but you're welcome to stay and have a look around the yard. Some of these boats on the right here have been tied up too well and they're all smashed into each other. Especially this yellow one here, look. It's not good. It's literally sitting on the side of the other boat. You've got a whole other river all the way down this end, and there's lots more, and then you've got the big main end on the other side, and then you got the really, really expensive boats. We get a bit further down, like hundreds of thousands, which we'll be around to on the other part of the yard when we get round there. Imagine owning and having to look after all these boats. Then imagine as well how much money they're making every year when people are taking all these boats out on holidays on the Broads for a week or 2 weeks at a time. So it's not cheap. I think you're looking at quite close to $3 to take a boat out for a week, which is a lot of money. You can have a holiday abroad for that sort of money, but it is good fun on the Broads, and I see why people come back every year. Can't drive down the middle of this one, but I can just stick the camera like so. And there's a load more down there, but you can't drive down that one. You can fish right here though, but like I say, the fish are just not there. Just up ahead of me up here, you can go down the next one where that block is there, which is the toilet block, that cream place, there's a maggot machine right in front of it, you can probably see. Come down a fair bit in the summer and check out what's happening and stuff, and all these boats are moving. It's quite crazy. You've got big queues of boats going in and out on the changeover times, which is around sort of 3 o'clock in the afternoon most of the time, most days. Well, there's a single swan and the odd goose. You can't see much today. But look at these boats over here. These are what you call expensive boats. Very expensive. So you can fish all in between all of these. You do have to join a club to fish this area, but I think that's £30 a year, I think it is. So that's not too bad. Nothing too crazy. And it can be a nice area when the fish are in. Just take you down the bottom here and around the other side. Water's not too high down here at the moment. Normally when it's flooding, that's starting to go across this road. It's still out of the road a little bit, but nothing to worry about. What I'll do is I'll spin around up here and try and give you a view of all these big boats. This is what a lot of these big boats look like. These posh expensive ones. Quite nice boats. They're the newest ones of the fleets. So you can fish down here as well, but it's not really worthwhile at the moment. There's a load more much bigger boats along this side as well. It's quite hard to show you. But if you do want to see it, the whole yard in more detail, I've got some walk around videos of here. This Stalham boatyard and Richardson's boatyard, where I'm actually walking around and I'll show these in a lot more detail. I'm now off myself as well, Lloydie, so cheers for coming in. So everyone, appreciate you coming in. Thanks very much. I know we didn't have any fish this time, but that was a bit of a test really. I wasn't really going there thinking I was going to get 50 fish. I was going there thinking, can I even get a bite? So we had a little go, and I'll go to some other places during the week. But appreciate everyone coming in. Good fun to have a little chat and that with everyone. And I'll probably see you about in the other chats, probably later on tonight. So if you want me to, I can whack it on while I'm off to get the parts on the other channel, which will be my car channel, and we'll go from there. Hello, Richard. Oh, nice one. Hope you're starting to get better. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. So yeah, just whack a yes in the comments if you want me to go on the car channel and go live while I'm doing this drive over to get the parts. And if you don't, then I won't do it. So I appreciate you all coming in. Thanks very much. And we'll go from there. Oh, we got a yes. So Wolfdale wants to see me do it. Do you know the car channel, Wolfdale? Brandon wants me to go live as well. Alright, I'll arrange that then. I'll get everything charged up. We'll go and grab something to eat, and I'll go live on the car channel doing the trip. So I'll see you all in a little while. And I can chat obviously on the way as well if you want me to. And we'll go from there. You're on there yet? Oh, nice one. When am I on South Pier again? Not really sure, to be honest. I'm now on my way off of Stephen. You can do your one. I'm going to go live on the car channel and we're going to do the trip over to there. Nitro Carp, how you doing? I'm now about to sign off, but you're welcome to go back and watch the video. So yeah, take care everyone, and I'll see you on the car channel in a little while. Thanks very much for coming in.